EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now back to throw.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
On 2nd down, it's Page. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Charles, in the past, a lot of people call this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Now a throw here, hauled in. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Throwing is Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
first down. It's Page, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 116 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
From the 27, Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now a give right side. Whiting. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Colts send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
2nd and 16.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 6. He finds his man, complete. That's Page. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Page. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Page, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
They'll run on 1st down. Page. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Again, Jackson. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football, put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had two previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw now on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He finds his man complete. That's Page. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right, and he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done, so I think going for it there was the right call.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Patriots in that ball game. The Eagles seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. The Browns trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 3. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the defense, they'll spread the field, a dime package here on 3rd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. His throw incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
Now a give right side. It's Page. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, before the game, we were talking with him and said, hey, you know you're close to 65,000 career passing yards.
I
know.
How did you do that?
He just kind of smiled and walked away, but he just passed that number, 65,000 career passing yards.
I always get a kick out of it when they don't want to talk about it. But if you had said a number that was incorrect, he would have corrected you and then said, but I'm not really thinking about it.
Congratulations, Noah. Now just 5,000 away from 6. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
You know, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st down, Whiting. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The Ravens on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor it. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The Ravens on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. They'll run on first down. Page. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. An almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The offense on third down tonight, they've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Jackson now. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now it's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 12. The 40. 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Ravens send their punter out now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Colts now down 24-17. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Page. And he's got this down to the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Ravens, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss, and they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.